I made 3 mistakes starting my newsletter that caused me more problems than I needed. And I want to make sure you don't do the same. They cost me time, frustration, growth, and honestly, probably readers I'll never get back. But there's an upside. Like any terrible mistake, I actually learned something from them. Today, you're going to get the reward without so much of the pain. Sound good? The third mistake is the one that almost made me quit entirely. But first, let's talk about the one that felt the most productive at the time. And that first mistake was building a website. And I want to tell you exactly how that went because I think you'll recognize the feeling. A while back when I first started, I came across a platform called Copyfolio. It offered a free plan, it looked clean and professional, and I thought, right, this is it. A proper home for my hobby newsletters and even the business. Somewhere to send people, somewhere that said, I'm serious about this. So, I got to work. I spent hours putting content together. Set up the wording, weekly updates. It felt productive. It felt like building something real. And then, without any warning, Copyfolio started pushing me towards a paid plan, something I had been specifically assured wouldn't happen on the free tier. I walked away. And here's the part that still stings a little. In all that time, all that effort, all those hours I could have spent writing actual newsletters for actual readers, the website drove precisely 0 traffic, 0 engagement, 0 sales, not one. The reason I'm telling you this isn't to put you off ever having your own website. It's to tell you that in the early days of your newsletter, it's almost always the wrong priority. Your readers don't need a web page, they need your writing in their inbox. A newsletter platform like Substack gives you everything you need to get started. A home, a subscribe button, and an audience without a single hour lost to page layouts and hosting headaches. So, save the website for the day you genuinely need one. That day is almost certainly further away than you think. Okay, the second mistake is a little more subtle because it came dressed up as good advice. At a certain early point in building my Substack, I started reading about subscriber engagement, open rates, click rates. The theory is that dead subscribers actually hurt your account. It sounded logical, it sounded data-driven, and so I did what the advice said. I trimmed my list. I removed subscribers who hadn't engaged in a while. And the moment I'd done it, the doubt started to creep in. Because here's the thing about a small, early stage newsletter. Your readers aren't a data set yet. Some of them are lurkers who read every issue but never click anything. Some of them are catching up after a busy few weeks. Some of them signed up because they genuinely meant to start reading or get involved in the hobby that you write about, but just haven't quite got around to doing it yet. When you trim too early, you don't just remove dead weight. You potentially remove the person who was 2 weeks away from becoming your most loyal reader. My advice? Leave the list alone until you have enough data and enough subscribers to make that call with confidence. In the early days, protect every single email address on that list. They came to you for a reason. Trimming your list is a high-level worry you don't need yet. What you do need is a way to actually get those first few posts written without the stress. So before I get to the third mistake, and that one's a bit different from the first two, so stay with me. If you're watching this and you haven't already grabbed the free New Writer Bundle, now's the time. It's got the prompts and templates that would have saved me other frustrations just as bad as the ones I'm describing today. There's a link in the description. Grab your copy at the end. Okay. The third mistake is the one I'm most conflicted about because I'm not entirely sure it's avoidable. But I can tell you how to make it hurt a lot less. At one stage in building my newsletters, I was everywhere. YouTube Shorts, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, Medium, Quora, Substack Notes. I was repurposing content across all of them, trying to be present in every possible place my audience might be hiding. And I want to be honest with you about how that actually felt. It was exhausting. My writing started to feel repetitive, not because the ideas had run out, but because I was stretching the same ideas across too many surfaces. And here's the irony of it. Because my audience was still small at the time, the same handful of people kept seeing the same content looping around on those different platforms anyway. I wasn't reaching new readers. I was just tiring myself out in front of the ones that I already had. So when I decided to drop some of those platforms, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I dropped LinkedIn, X, Instagram, Medium, Quora, Substack Notes, YouTube Shorts. Gone. All of them. What I kept was my Substack newsletter, of course, YouTube for a less formal way to chat to you, Pinterest for a long-term discoverability kind of feel, and hopefully a helpful presence on Reddit. 4 things, each with a clear purpose, each pulling in the same direction but in their own unique way. And the reason I said I'm conflicted about this mistake is that I genuinely believe you have to try a few platforms out to find out where your particular audience lives. That exploration isn't wasted time, it's genuine research. But the moment that you notice that you're maintaining a presence somewhere out of habit or anxiety rather than results, that's your signal to let it go without the guilt. Do fewer things, do them properly, your writing will thank you for it. Okay, if you're ready to get started, I've left that link to the New Writer Bundle down in the description below. It'll help light the way. It's got newsletter prompts written especially for hobby writers, it's got templates for your first issue, and my actual Substack workflow, everything I do to get a real newsletter written and published. And to help out even more, take a look at this video next. Thanks for watching, and as always, the very best of luck with your writing. Cheers.